Hey guys, here's a little bit of a update on the rock. Um, I've got the sealer onto it now. I guess it's sealing day. I guess I was doing the same thing the past few days, and the acid stain on the rock to give it that green sort of the algae look. Kind of got a makeshift light source on the fiber optics right now. I got it on a flashing flashlight right now, so it's not normally a flashlight. It's going to be lit, and there'll be a blue color or fading different colors onto it. Just give you an idea of the look of that. I'm going to show you the fiber optics, but now fiber optics are trimmed and everything like that, and been on a delay for this because I've been trying to figure out what to do with the base of it. Like the bottom of this from here down will be covered in river stone, so you won't see that. I was trying to figure out what kind of pond, because I want this as a vanishing pond water source, as a pipe, as I mentioned before, that comes up and will trickle water down all over this rock. I'm coming into a situation where I know what I want to do, but just like Webb with his eagle, it becomes something very, very heavy. If I build basically a planter underneath it, a solid pool planter, so maybe 2 feet wide, because this is probably about 14 or 15 inches across here. This weighs a bloody ton, like it's probably up in the 140-pound range. And if I put basically a big planter underneath it, something maybe 2 feet tall, or maybe even a little bit taller than that, and about wide enough to extend out, maybe about maybe 4 inches on either side or 3 inches on either side, enough so I can cover it with the rocks and make it look good. And then I want to do the surface of that in a like a ledger stone or a slate surface, but big slate. And then I want to have I don't know if this, imagine if I get this with my hand, if this was a big planter box underneath here, the water source is under there, and the ledger stone all the way around, the ledger on the top. But on the front, I want to have like a flat slate plate, big enough that I can put address numbers on it. So this could be put at the end of the driveway kind of thing, with a power source for the pump and that. Sorry, I got the hiccups. And be able to put the address number for my street address onto it to give it a nice accent look or so. The problem is that if I do a 2x2 box and I do 2 inches thick, that's basically just from some old school cross-referencing. It's about 80 pounds per side. So you figure 4 sides plus a bottom, and it's going to be a little bit thicker on the bottom to give it rigidity and that type of thing. So I'm probably looking at probably about 500 pounds to build a box like that. So it's something that I got to do a form, and I got to be able to pour the form on the spot so this box doesn't get moved, because obviously at that kind of weight there's no way in hell I'm moving it. And the problem with that is that to do a form with latex doesn't like the sun, so to put a form outside, pour the concrete into it, I'd have to put some sort of big tent over top of it or so and keep it somewhat light protected, because a few minutes in the sun's not a big deal, but put it out there and leave it out there for 3 days, that's a whole different story. So I'm open for suggestions on how to work around that. The inside of the box can be just plain or so, and I'll put a drain hole on the bottom so I can clean it out, and I'll put a valve on the outside underneath or something. But that's my thoughts right now. I could go something really shallow and only have it a couple inches, but then I couldn't put the address thing onto it unless I put like a round base, like just a stone base underneath it, and then put a shallow, almost like a bird bath in between. But that's not really the look I'm looking for. I want something a little bit more robust. Like I want this ultimately to be about 3 feet tall. It's gotta be balanced with this, because the visible part of this from here to here is about 15 inches, 14 and a half, 15 inches. So I want to have the box, it's got to be at least that height or so on the bottom, and the address number. Unlike you guys down south or so with lots of I guess rain and hurricanes, we have the wonderful piles of snow that bury things. So the address numbers would be useless because they're 4 inches from the ground and they're buried in the first snowfall. Even a foot off the ground would be kind of gone within a short period of time. So it's a lot of thinking on this one. Anyways, just a little update. Bye.